Hey YouTube, what is up? How is everybody doing today? I hope your days are going good and your lives are going even better. That we are going to be jumping back into some Epica goodness. We're going back from way back now, to be perfectly honest. It's been a while, hasn't it, since I did Solitary Ground, which was the last one that I did. I don't even know when it was. When was it? 2020, 13th of December. Almost just over a year since I last did a proper going through all of Epica's albums and trying to just get through everything. So I'm jumping back into this shit. I'm going to do a lot more Epica on the channel. I'm going to try to do just a couple of them a week or something like that. Not too much, just to kind of like fill in a few gaps for me to just like re-explore Epica and all of that good shit, man. Don't think I forgot, man. Epica are one of my favourite bands of all time. And I listen to them on the daily for the albums that I've already heard before. And so, man, my style's changed since the last time you probably saw this channel. But I do a lot more breakdown styles now, rather than as a straight reaction. I try to kind of just like break things down a little bit. Which is why you probably notice there's lyrics in the corner. Either way, I'm jabbering way too much right now. Let's just jump straight into this shit. That's very interesting. It's very different to the Epica we know today. As I said, it's been a while since I've heard of the early Epica stuff. The very first, and of course, Consigned to Oblivion. So we're just going to jump straight into lyrics. I'm going to save what I think of Simone's vocals for a little bit. I just want to see how it's going to change from here before I kind of comment on that shit. Trying to keep myself afloat upon the stream, but a thought is pulling me down. As in trying to keep myself afloat upon the stream. The stream being her mind, I'm assuming, but a thought is pulling her down. All the way down, like way below the surface of the water of her mind, and just going all of the way down. We are wandering towards a blank infinity, and extinguishing will not be the only way to diminish your sins. As in, we are wandering towards something that's completely blank, and infinite blankness, and extinguishing people's will, or some kind of will now be the only way to diminish your sins. Like, there will be no more willpower left. There will be no more. That will be the only way to get rid of any sins that you have. This vortex cannot be filled up again. A hole in space and time. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I just need to go further into the song to kind of figure it out, I'm assuming. So yeah, man, let's keep going with this.
Distinguishing will now be the only way to diminish your sins. This vortex can't be filled up again. A hole in space and time. Do you cry to the heavens high when you're confined in here? Do you not ever wonder why these little tears will never dry? They leave behind so many shadows in my mind. High in the sky, all of the clouds are passing by. Wait for the storm, wait for the rain, wait for the tears to fall down on me. We are one.
This song is getting really interesting. It's very simple when you first listen to it. It's very much Simone based at the moment. But the build up is getting nice. The more we get into it, the more that the drum beat is starting to follow what Simone is singing about. And Simone sounds way rawer than she does in the later albums. Like, her voice has that kind of raw element to it, and I kind of dig it, man. It's kind of awesome. just to hear that early kind of version of Simone as she's kind of getting her stance, becoming who she will later come on to be, somebody really like prominent in the symphonic metal scene. And I just love hearing these early versions where you can just see the confidence building and the switch from when she started off as doing almost pure operatic to kind of allowing her voice just to naturally come out for a change. We're going to just go back into the lyrics, man, because why the fuck not? Do you cry to the heavens high when you are confined in here? Do you not ever wonder why these leaden tears will never dry? Do you not cry to the heavens high? Do you not cry do you not cry basically for like to immense highness? When you're confined in here, the confined in here could be her soul, mind, whatever you want to be. Do you not ever wonder why this leading can be dull or heavy, like as in like, so like these heavy tears will never dry. The tears of something happening, they will leave behind so many shadows in my mind, indeed. And the tears themselves will leave behind so many shadows of past things that will never dry and will always stick in your mind. It's kind of like going through a kind of depression, I'm assuming, just to kind of like have those things. Have you ever been so depressed or so sad that some things you just can't listen to anymore, something you just can't hear, something you just can't see? Right, that's how it kind of is. Like, it literally leaves like shadows and stains on your mind, on your psyche, and it's just something that you have to live with. And it's amazing to hear it like put down into like song form. It's so very well written. Either way, high in the sky, all of the clouds are passing by. As in, like, going high in the sky, all of the clouds are literally going to pass you all the way by. As in, like, you're losing so much track of time, you're just not even noticing. You're waiting for the storm, waiting for the rain. Metaphorically, you're waiting for the storm, for the pain, for the anguish. Waiting for the rain, the tears, everything has to come down. Waiting for the tears to fall down upon me. As in, waiting for the tears, the corruption to come forth within the mind and just destroy everything. Either way, let's keep fucking going. I'm totally enjoying this. This is amazing so far. Let's keep going.
Wait for the storm, wait for the rain, wait for the tears to fall down on me. We are wandering towards a blank infinity, and distinguishing will now be the only way to diminish your sins. This vortex can be filled up again, although in space and time. Do you cry to the heavens high when you're confined in here? Do you not ever wonder why these leaden tears will never dry? They leave behind so many shadows, living in me, living in all the memories. Don't you wonder why these tears never dry? Time forced into life, living in my mind.
I'm just going to break down this a little bit, and then we'll go and finish the song, and I'll break down the rest basically at the end, man. We've already had the Do You Cry to the Heavens High. We've already done all of that stuff right now. But then we'll go into they all leave behind so many shadows living in me, living in all the memories of my life. So like I said, as in there's so many shadows living within you, like bringing you back memories. All of the memories getting taunted and twisted by the tears, by the things, like leaving imprints. And then we have the kind of Simone, but not Simone, like in the kind of more operatic-y, choir-y kind of way. Do you wonder why these tears never dry? Time forced into my life, living in my mind. Indeed, like, that's how a lot of people feel, that like things are just forced into your mind and you just can't get rid of them. It's just time and time and time, and things you wish you could erase, but you just can never really do it. And that's it, man. I love the way that Simone went to a much darker vocal range. It's very cool to see. You know, that kind of switch between her light and dark, and it's just very sick vocal control that I'm hearing from her, and fucking adoring the song so far. I'm going to just go straight to the end now of the song, and we'll just talk about it. And so far, Consigned to Oblivion, from what I've heard so far, the first, 5 songs now? This is an amazing album. It's very, very overlooked, I would assume, compared to some of the albums that they've made, but it's fucking immense. Either way, let's keep going all the way to the end, and I hope you guys are enjoying. I'm trying to focus on speaking rather than what I'm saying so much. So, like, I'm breaking things down, but I'm trying to speak slowly, if that makes any kind of sense, man. I don't know why I'm just discussing random shit at this point. Let's get going.
Do you cry to the heavens high when you're confined in here? Do you not ever wonder why these lonely tears will never dry? They leave behind so many shadows. This substance in time forced into life that still exists because it's here, living in me, living in all the memories in
That was so amazing. I love the way that it just built up towards the end, that the way the lyrics just kind of all came together to say that there's a substance within her mind, just to kind of go into it and just to kind of manipulate her life to have that there's like, so like the substance in time is forced into life. Substance in time is I'm guessing what that vortex is in further up in the song. The vortex is kind of like the present of her mind trapping this substance that still exists because it's here. It's living inside of her, living in every memory of her life. That's what the tears are, that's what everything is. It's the bad memories, but it's also that substance has been forced into her life. What the substance is, it could be an entity, which I'm doubting. It could be pain, it could be religion, it could be so many other things. It could be faith, it could be so many different things, like, specifically. And then, of course, it's like we're being trapped inside a labyrinth, like, don't know which turn to take, left, right, should I stay, should I be the one? We are definitely lost inside the blank infinity, as in like a blankness that's infinite, and that sounds extremely scary to be living within. I fucking enjoy that. That was such a good song. It was amazing, like something that I never expected to like the early Epica as much as the later Epica, as the later Epica is what I've heard the most out of like all of the eras of Epica, basically. So diving back in even a year later into this, giving myself that nice long year break after the new Epica release and all the things I was going up to. We're now going to build away all the way up to go through every Epica album once again, like a song by song by song by song at a time, man. It's going to be amazing and immense, I would imagine. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm glad to be back doing Epica. I've missed doing so many different things of like on my channel, on reactions and breakdowns and all that kind of shit, man. Everything's going to be coming back. Slowly, maybe, or quickly, I have no idea yet. Either way, have a wonderful day, evening, or night. And I will catch you guys in the very next video. Until then, take it easy.